Yeah, how's it going? Today is 8th of August, Thursday, and we're taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find. In today's video, we can take a look at energy and what's happening within energy projects. I would say perhaps energy production, and from there, we're gonna be taking a look at storage as well as we can take a look at what's gonna be happening when it comes to surveillance and all these kind of things within UK, and there might be some changes, right? Let's begin by taking a look at some of the press releases after the UK and Poland target green exports with 249 million financing for solar project. That would be the standard charter loan will be guaranteed by UK Export Finance and Poland Export Credit Agency. QKey. Okay, okay. Very interesting name. Since I don't know who has capabilities when it comes to production of solar panels, not that many governments can do it. Germany used to be able to do it, or perhaps as of now, I don't want to say it, but perhaps only China can do it. Once that been said, we can finish introduction, I guess, into this article, right? These capabilities to develop their own industry and or manufacturing would be important. QK Anno supports solar projects in Turkey. And let's try to understand it, what this article is going to be all about. Some of the bullet points that we're going to be taking a look at, that would be export credit support enables construction of Turkey's second largest solar project to date. So potential that will be how energy will be produced, right? As well as there might be a lot of sun in Turkey, depending on what part of Turkey we're gonna be looking to do it. If there's gonna be a lot of sun, there might be a lot of opportunities when it comes to solar, right? Next bullet point, that will deal support UK's jobs in the renewable energy sector supply chain, particularly in the Midlands, and creates new business opportunities for Polish companies in Turkey. Okay, so they taking a look at governments, right? So we're taking a look at three different governments: UK, Poland, and Turkey. The next bullet point that would be, upon completion, the solar project has the potential to power over 65,000 households per year in Turkey with renewable energy. That's a massive number, right? Massive opportunities. So would that be installation? So how the solar? Something myself asking these kind of questions, right? I can briefly take a look at who are the businesses who can produce those solar panels, right? Not necessarily any of these governments can do it. I don't think they can, but we can take a look at it. Otherwise, there's more governments, right? But either way, we can carry on reading this article, right? UK Exports Finances and QKey, UK or Polish export credit agencies have guaranteed 249 million loan being arranged by Standard Chartered Bank for Turkish renewable energy investment company Kayon Energy, enabling construction of Turkey's second largest solar project to date. This deal is expected to support UK's jobs in the renewable energy sector supply chain, particularly in the Midlands. The 390 megawatt project entails the construction or operations of solar power plants at 7 separate sites with aggregate power generation capacity of 390 megawatts. Okay, okay, we're repeating this part. Okay, across the province of Bor, 90, Gaziantep, and San Rafa Vizarahil. Upon completion, the project could generate enough renewable energy to power over 65,000 households in Turkey annually, which would be important, not necessarily just power, but anything what energy could be produced and what things that could be used. But it's good measure of how many people would be affected, right? British exports GE Vernova via its subsidiary of UK Grid Solutions Ltd will supply and install inverted stations, power plant controllers, and all other critical equipment. Is expected to directly support British jobs at GE Verona's that for share site as well as jobs in UK wider UK supply chain. Polish exporters will deliver secure systems, including both software and equipment, and steel components for the project. This is set to create jobs in manufacturing and logistics sectors. Standard Charter acted as a structuring bank, green loan coordinator, lead, agreed, and vendor. Okay. The financing and guarantees by 100% of the UKEF guaranteed with over 122 million reinsured by QK, Poland's export credit agency. Well, massive project because there was a lot of parties involved, right? I don't know if I'm doing justice. I'm reading all this information for the first time, but it's very important, right? More of these projects, hopefully. There's gonna be, if not right now, in the future, as well as nobody talks about it, but it's not necessarily just solar, but there's a lot of projects being carried out where a lot of hardware potentially being offered to partners in UK, right? And there might be additional or similar projects being delivered, but not necessarily that information is being published, right? Renewable energy represents 54% of total installed electricity capacity in Turkey. This is a new project will increase availability of renewable energy in Turkey and deliver on UKEF's commitment to supporting annual global transition towards low carbon emissions. I will share additional information that might be important, in particular when it comes to energy security, right? So we potentially closing summer, and soon there's gonna be a winter, right? And cold season, and there might be a lot of our energy demand on a grid, right? Which will might be important, particularly in Europe, not necessarily just within Turkey, right? When it comes to perhaps cutting ties with other energy providers and more demand on the grid and solar and wind and or similar energy solutions will be very important, right? Let's progress to the next article. I thought I'll touch on what's happening in the UK or in Scotland, right? That will be Green Vision for old nuclear power plant site unveiled. That will be a master plan for turning an old nuclear power site into green energy hub. The aim is to help land at Chapel Cross near Anna bring high-value jobs to the area and transform local economy. The project is backed by more than 50 million from the Scotland and all UK's government, which would be very important, and hopefully we can see more of those or similar projects being delivered. It's something that was published a couple of days ago. That would be perhaps energy production and transformation of that energy into and storing that energy in hydrogen, right? That would be potentially the process. Hopefully we can see more of these or similar projects happening in the future in UK, right? Let's take a look at the next article. I myself am very interested in taking a look at the next one. Let's take a look at the last press release, something that was published today. That will be the resignation of biometrics and or surveillance camera commissioner. I don't know this person, but that seems like a very reasonable person, right? Let's skip name, but either way, it's stepping down from the post in mid-August, right? Having been appointed to the role of biometrics and surveillance camera commission in a time limited capacity to help deliver the close of the Office of Commissioners of Data Protection and Digital Information Bill. There's a name there. The skip names is stepping down from the post in mid-August. We are waiting for new news from the Home Office regarding the appointment of the new commissioner, and we'll provide an update in due course, right? There was something about the new government stepping in, and there was a lot of things happening. Perhaps the new government might go with a different direction when it comes to what was it, surveillance and or biometrics, right? So that way perhaps phones, cameras, all these kind of things, everything was happening. And we can take a look at briefly some of the statistics where UK is when it comes to density of cameras and or surveillance in the world. We can take a look at this metric for fun. I haven't taken a look at it, but I think it's a top 3. UK someone's top 5, top 3, I guess. We can take a look at briefly what are the top governments and they have and how many cameras they would have. Roughly these numbers perhaps might be slightly off, but I didn't realize the Chinese government has that many cameras. But either way, United Kingdom has 90 cameras, roughly speaking, about 90 cameras per 1,000 people, right? So that's how many camera density might be, but these numbers might be slightly off, right? What I would say, United Kingdom is definitely in top five governments, right, when it comes to surveillance. So hopefully a new government would hire a great person, right, to replace one that most likely will be leaving his position, right? As well as if we take a look at solar panels, depends on price and quality, right? Which government gonna be building those solar panels and price and quality? There might be Europe, but I would say it's very unlikely. Hopefully, Europe can manufacture its own equipment, and or UK can manufacture its own equipment, but it's very unlikely just because of a competition in the market, right? But let's close on that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.